Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Step out for the winter solstice at the West Woods Nature Center in Newberry. December 21st, beginning at 7:30 p.m., a candlelight walk helps light up nature's longest night while exploring the roots of today's timely traditions. Then end the evening indoors with hot drinks and holiday music. To find out more, call 800-536-4006 or visit www.geaugaparkdistrict.org.
Here's a clue. I'll warrant that if you investigate a very special museum here in Cleveland, you'll not only learn who done it, you'll also find arresting information about the various heroes and villains from our city's past, and all for free. Cleveland Police Detective Tom Armelli is here to lock up the details on the Cleveland Police Museum. And as the museum's president, he has all the facts of the case. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So the history of Cleveland and its police department are closely linked, aren't they?
Absolutely. The police department actually traces its roots right back to Moses Cleveland. When Moses was sent here by the Connecticut people, one of his marching orders was to establish peace, safety, and security for the group of people that he brought with him.
So he was like the first sheriff in town.
That's exactly what we're saying.
All right, so the museum honors the work of officers through the ages, but that also means that it includes the dark side of Cleveland with things like the Torso murders.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's the Torso murders was probably one of the biggest police investigations in the history of the department. It was back in the late 30s when a person that was known to the public as the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run killed 12 people and mutilated their bodies. He chopped the bodies up and left the body parts at various locations throughout the city, basically in the Kingsbury Run area, which is the area that the rapid transit runs from Tower City to the east side.
Was that ever solved?
It was never solved. And
even with Elliot Ness on the job.
Elliot Ness was on the case, and a lot of people say that was one of the things that was really a burr in his saddle for the rest of his life.
So you have lots of items on display, not just pictures, but actual physical items, and a lot of them in storage that you switch around things.
Right, like any museum, we have about 25 or 30,000 artifacts and photographs in our collection, and like any museum, only a small portion of the museum's collection is usually on display at any one point in time.
One of the things that I'm fascinated by, you have Old Sparky. Tell us about that.
Right. We have an area in the museum that we reserve for special exhibits and temporary exhibits, and we were lucky enough to borrow the Ohio's electric chair from the Ohio Historical Society.
And this is we're having pictures of it right here.
Yes, this is the one and only electric chair that Ohio only used for execution since, I believe, 1898. 312 men, women, and children were executed in that chair.
Wow.
Like I said, we borrowed it from the Ohio Historical Society. We have it on temporary exhibit, hopefully through the first of the year, and then we'll return it.
Where was this one chair located? Where did all these...
This chair was at the Ohio Penitentiary for most of its life. It was moved, I believe, later to Lucasville, and hasn't been used since 1963 with the advent of lethal injection and things like that.
And where is the museum located, and what's the cost to go in?
The Police Museum is located right inside the Justice Center, right inside the Police Headquarters building on the first floor at St. Clair in Ontario, and the cost is always free. Donations are gratefully accepted, but the admission is free.
Well, Detective, thanks for coming out and telling us about a museum that I don't think most Clevelanders know anything about.
Well, we hope this will give them a little impetus to come down and see us.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So the Cleveland Police Museum, it's a great place to learn about the great work done by our city's officers, both past and present. And this is very important. It's free. It's located right inside the first floor of the Justice Center, right there on Ontario and Lakeside. You don't have to wait until you have a traffic ticket to get the green light to go to the center. It's open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. My thanks to Detective Tom Armelli for showing us that when it comes to recognizing the importance of our police, this is one case that's always open.
To learn more, call the Cleveland Police Museum at 216-623-5055 or log on to www.clevelandpolicemuseum.org. Next, fighting health insurance fraud.